And there's already carnage everywhere as we have to narrowly avoid Hulkenberg. Sergeant, get out of the way. We're going to end up with... Oh my god, what are you doing, Leclerc? Gentlemen, we finally got some battling for the race win. But despite that, one man keeps on extending his lead in the championship.
Well, that's because Lando and McLaren keeps throwing away race wins.
While that might be true, we still need to find a way to keep things interesting. And that's why I'm going to bring back Lift instead of Downforce. Alrighty guys, you already know how it goes. We're going to be driving as the mullet man around Monza. Look at the cars. This is the biggest eyesore since HP put their logo on the Ferrari. But let's kickstart this Grand Prix. Oh, we've already gone airborne. There's definitely contact, and that's why I've turned damage off for at least this first race. Watch out, Hulkenberg, watch out. The Hulk's actually been having some standout performances, but it's been a bit overshadowed by the man behind us, Hamilton, who won the Grand Prix. It's key to note where Hamilton currently is and where he is headed. Oh, George, what are you doing? Looks like George has another water system issue there, because apparently there wasn't enough water at the British Grand Prix already. You can ignore my fantastic driving. The dynamic handling model's more dynamic than Sergio Perez's performance this year. Speaking of Perez, it looks like Tsunoda's trying to make an overtake here. And, oh my, what is happening? Oh my god, Perez, you're stuck in the air. Oh wait, what's Sergeant doing now? I'm getting attacked from all angles. If you're wondering why there was a delay on this video, it's because I got my wisdom teeth removed. Now I have no wisdom. Ferrari might get some ideas from this. Science isn't the only one with weight reduction upgrades this weekend. Let's see if we can jump the car to try and touch the underneath of the bridge, but we are just out of reach as we have Stroll and Leclerc in front of us, and Leclerc's just about out of control there. He doesn't need Ferrari's strategy to ruin his race when I'm driving. There we have Tsunoda making the move on Perez, which is unrealistic because Perez wouldn't be this far up the order. Also, a quick word from Mozart. Got to try out the new VGS steering wheel while making this video, and it's said to come out in July. It's a very futuristic looking GT style rim. The paddle shifters are actually a lot quieter than the other rims that I've played with in the past with the Mozart ecosystem. So if you play a GT game like iRacing or Assetto Corsa, definitely worth a look at this one as it's a GT styled rim, and it's got a big futuristic circular heads-up display in the middle, kind of like Iron Man's chest. You can also customize that display, and it also has some rev lights at the top of the wheel. Another really cool product from Mozart, and definitely worth a look if you're interested. Link will be in the description below, and back to the video. Let's see if we can make a overtake on Piastri. Don't worry, I'm sure this video will lift Piastri's spirits after what happened in Silverstone. Oh my god, what are you doing, Leclerc? He used Stroll as a ramp. Watch out, Hulkenberg's on a flying lap. We found ourselves into P2. Oh my god, Perez has attacked me. Honestly, I deserve it after some of these jokes. By far, this mod is probably the weirdest driving style I've ever had to drive. But you too could experience this mod. The download will be available for YouTube members. It looks like Science is out of the race. Looks like Ferrari must have removed one of the vital organs this time. Look at Hulkenberg's on another flying lap. I'm just trying to finish the race, but Hulkenberg's trying to make an overtake on me. Oh my god. He's having a good battle here between Leclerc and Piastri. We've got Norris up ahead, but we don't need to worry about him because he'll just throw away the race win anyways. Norris clearly ain't gonna take that, and Leclerc flies past. Let's see if we can do an overtake on Norris, and it's gone pretty catastrophic. Wait a minute, I feel like I've seen this one before somewhere. It's the final lap of the race. Let's see if we can catch up to the McLarens. We've got a 10-second penalty as well to deal with, and don't worry about those bollards. They're just a suggestion. Stroll also fed up with the driving standards in this race. He's parked it right next to Sainz. Here we go. We're going to be trying to make the move on Piastri. We also will have DRS on this lap because DRS is activated, and that will be a surprise in itself as we make an absolute mess of that overtake. Hamilton's managed to find his way in front of us, although he is a lap down. But we will get the DRS, and when you activate the DRS, it will amplify the effects of Upforce or Lift. So as soon as you press the button, you'll do a backflip. Now with the overpass coming up, we're going to see if we can activate DRS to touch the top of it, but we flip instead. We got nowhere near. Wait a minute, I thought Sainz was out of this race. What's he doing? Alrighty, we're going to bring it home in P11, just behind Stroll. Unless we can overtake him, can we get over the top of him?
There's something fundamentally wrong with the car this weekend. We need to find out what's happening. There's no pace at all, no grip.
I didn't even script what I was saying that, but we are here in Monaco ready to start another race, and let's see how we go. It's going to be riding the walls a bit, so maybe the AI might be a bit competitive here as I'm getting squashed by a Magnussen. And Perez is already in the wall. No surprise there. I wonder if dirty air is a good thing or a bad thing for this race. Either way, my driving's not a good thing for Sonoda. Watch out, everyone. I'm gonna fly down the escape road like I'm Nico Rosberg. Well, this wasn't a good idea. Now I'm stuck in here with everybody else. No, don't do it, Bottas. Don't do it. You couldn't possibly screw up the slowest corner on the calendar, but then I remember it's me driving. Sergeant, get out of the way. We're gonna end up with... You gotta do what you gotta do to get that Red Bull seat. It's not like Red Bull gives you wings or anything. As we're getting attacked by Albon, making the overtake, but he's a bit stuck to the wall, and oh my god. As soon as the front tires are in the air, you can't turn at all, so everybody's using the walls to turn. Let's see if we can make the move on Bottas going into turn 1. Oh my god, he's well and truly in the air there. I guess you could say you got a real kick out of that one. Guys, we're stuck. We're getting towed along by Bottas. I'm not entirely sure, but I think this is how F1 cars are made. I'm gonna get demonetized if I make a joke here. I can see why Qatar Airways decided to sponsor this race. I think we're just too short to touch the top of the tunnel there. Well, I think Joe's gone in a bit too quick. Hang on, I better focus on keeping it out of the wall myself. I've got way more tire wear on the rear tires because my front tires never touch the ground.
Can't make it. Can't make it. This is stuck. Out of my way, son!
Ocon's not here to dive bomb Gasly, but he's still crashed into the wall. It's a race to the finish line for the final spot on the podium, but Magnussen's basically flipped his car, and that's given us P3 as we come across the line.
Congrats on the podium.
Gentlemen, we are here for the Verstappen Grand Prix.
Wait a minute. Why did you turn damage on for this race?
Contact! He's got a puncher!
No reason. Alrighty guys, we're gonna see if we can win this race from the back of the grid with damage on. And just like buying Ocon's merchandise, it's never been done before. Wow, Bottas is really raising the stakes going into turn 1. And there's already carnage everywhere as we have to narrowly avoid Hulkenberg and Piastri. Oh wow, this is going to be a race of attrition. The question is, will anybody finish this race, as we have Sainz making the move on Perez. He's trying to make an impression to try and get a contract for next year. Don't worry, you can always get a seat next to Brad Pitt in Apex GP. Oh, well, never mind then. Now, can we hit the Pirelli sign? I think we almost touched it. Oh my god! We gotta be careful now because this is one of the races where we can actually DNF, as you can see from Alonso. I'm surprised Ferrari hasn't put Leclerc onto intermediates yet. They haven't put the gravel traps in this version of the game yet, so we can ignore the track limits. Everybody's gonna be wondering what actually happens in the pit stops while the car looks like this, and I am also curious, so we're gonna go into the pits. I'm probably gonna uppercut the Jackman with my front wing. I guess it can't be any worse than Stakes pit stops, but I'm gonna need another replay because I can barely see anything from this angle. Well, at least nobody got crushed underneath my car. These are the stupidest looking F1 cars I've ever seen. Riding the wall, coming out of the pits to get that extra couple of tenths. We got Sargent and Magnussen up next. These guys are the most reliable for making a race interesting. No, Sargent, what are you doing? There's only one lap to go and we've got a fight for the win here. All I need to do is bring it home, but we flipped the car because of the DRS. The DRS activated. Sargent is back in the lead and we can't have that happening. Sargent might actually win this thing if we don't do something about it. Magnussen's made use of the opportunity and Sargent's coming back to attack us. I have no idea why he would want to attack me after all that. With 6 cars left in the race, we're going to bring it home in P2 unless we can get over the top of Sargent and steal the win.
Mega drive since yesterday. So awesome. Very happy for you guys. Very happy for us.
And Ocon is absolutely stoked with that result. If you want to try out these mods, they are available to YouTube members, so be sure to become a member if you want to try out these mods, and I will see you all in a brand new video.